What is up, everyone? Welcome to Beckon Development Weekly Stream, episode 192. What's up, Dwight?
What's going on, man? 192.
Yep.
Getting
So,
to getting to be 200 here soon.
and I had a couple people ask, "Are you going to do anything for that?" So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully you're drawing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking by that time.
Yeah, hopefully you're drawing something.
Well, that was the whole idea I was trying to get to. Was like, hey, I could possibly get close to finish with the art by that episode. So I was gonna try, and then I got something done this week. So that wasn't back in, but
right.
I just posted it on Twitter. So waiting for that to kind of start to hit. So heck yeah. It's hitting. So sweet. Thanks, guys. Keeping up is Bancroft's got this art contest thing. So I went in and did it in a week, and that's what this is. Now, what's neat about it? No cross hatching.
Yeah, it's a totally different art form, man.
Yeah. So remember when Noah was on here, he was like, or Corey Barton was like, use the lasso tool. Why aren't you using the lasso tool? And that's a lasso tool is you can make selections, that are in custom shapes, and then use a bucket tool or use it like a stencil almost, at least that's how I used it for this image, to do a lot of the shading and the facial shading and stuff. But it's a lot quicker, it is. It's just a new style I've not really tried before.
Yeah.
So used my normal like Loomis type method to get the faces based on his book, which I had right here. I read through it about 4 times, and then like was thinking what kind of like trying to get a higher res like idea of what was going on with some of the the faces of the characters. So I got kind of close, but yeah, just imagine it's like the Days of Our Lives version of the Lucent.
No, for sure. It's to me, it's got a Grand Theft Auto vibe.
Right. That's what I told Joe. I said this is looking like Grand Theft Auto, like San Andreas art.
Yeah. It's the Grand Theft Auto Sydney,
Yeah, the Lucent I think takes place in Paris specifically. So
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Paris.
That's something.
Well, that's what's happening on that one. Heck yeah. So after I got that done in 6 days, I'm back to the page we were working on last week. I got Tapestro finished and all that. I've got to play around with some of my special effects because I'm trying techniques out, but some are too simple for me. Some I'm like, if I could capture that in a photograph, but then it's like, what is that? It's a muzzle flare, like, is there a gun going off or am I just trying to show contact? I could do research in books and see what kind of effects are coming off. A lot of people are doing facial smears and spit. And so that's where I got this kind of, hey, Dwight farted kind of emotion. And there's supposed to be blood coming off his nose. But, we're here.
And that's going to be your, the lettering. You're going to do the per or whatever.
I got rid of it so you can't make that joke no more. Yeah, I'll get it spell checked by you.
For sure. But yeah, I didn't know you could draw Grand Theft Auto cover art, you know.
It's less cool. But here's the other thing that I learned. So, Joe said, or I told him, I was like, yeah, it feels like this. And he's like, yeah, I can see that. And then I sent it over to him, and he didn't really say too much, but my line art is still super thin for what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And
sure. I mean,
if I get bolder and start using thicker lines,
sure,
that makes things go quicker. And then with thicker lines, I can't do super crazy detail stuff.
I got you. Well, find a balance, or right. You never know, man. That might be what you stay with, just because it does look different.
And even on this, these are thicker lines that are in Beckon. So this was done with it, but this is done with a 4.
Yeah.
instead of a 2.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing, man. Is that going to take away from what your stuff looks like by doing that?
Right.
And are you going to be happy with it when it turns out the way it does? Does that become the style you're after, or you to look at it and go, you know what, I'm not getting the fidelity I want, so I'm gonna dial it back and
I mean, there's
still detail in that, man.
Right. So I've done in art class in high school and very few projects, because I've never liked working this way. We called it hard edge painting.
Right.
Where you kind of cut it in hard segments.
Coloring in the lines is what you know.
But
I got you.
What made it natural for me is I understand a surface that doesn't give me much information. So if I just have a flat cheek there, and what was interesting is Joe was asking, would hit me up about like shading with light, and then or shading with shadows, and then like light itself. I'm kind of like one defines the other, or one isn't the other, the other one is, but how do you apply the two? I don't see an actual difference in it. So just kind of go in and find those curves, but sure. I don't
know. Seems to work.
Seems to work.
As far as I can tell.
Like you can see a shade over here, and then light hit over here, and it's not even super, super clean there, but that adds to, the read off when you pull back.
Clavicle looks a little lopsided, but that,
that's right on. Yeah, a lot of clavicles.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But
Bud would be proud.
Yep.
You finally got it figured out.
It was up higher than they're located a bit higher up than what I did that one time.
What are you doing? The Vulcan neck pinch? No, stupid. It's up higher. We're like where the shoulder meets the neck. Like here? Yeah. He passes out. Oh man.
So we're on this, getting some contour lines out. I was working on the hand here.
Dinethite going. I had a Biden moment there for a minute. I about turned around and walked off like a Roomba. Oh, yeah. I yawned and almost didn't think I was going to come back.
What? Me going at Dinethite? You're like, oh, here we go again?
No, just something grabbed me anyway. It's almost like I was about to say I need a nap. That's not on the teleprompter. Yeah, I don't care, but I need a nap.
he'll say whatever is on the
That is true.
telephone.
Yeah. Don't put it on there.
Nice.
So what else going on down there, man? It's about to.
I'm still on my crazy work schedule.
Yeah.
So even for that piece, I've been up on about a 15-hour average.
Yeah.
So getting my sleep.
15 hours. That's a normal day.
Right. Yeah.
You sound like that girl that's trending on social media right now, complaining about that 9-to-5 job because, she's got to live out of town because it's so expensive. And then,
yeah, I'm sure I sound like that.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I've got to work from home for 15 hours.
Not bad.
No, dude, it is. And for being in the house, and that it is. It doesn't sound like it'd be like, oh, that'd be a great dream job just to stay at the house. But then turn around and it could be maddening, if you let it.
It's not that bad. It's just gotta keep moving at it, So, and like I said last week, what else am I gonna do?
Well, I mean, which is just to get snowed in down there, and then just life goes on. You don't even have a choice.
Yeah, nah, but
you're artistically snowed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not autistically Snowden. You're artistically snowed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could come out wrong if it was said too fast. But I mean, look at the money that you're saving on commuting back and forth.
Right.
Look at the good. Look at the positive.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, it wasn't Ricky. What the heck was that? Where Sandler was like son of the devil or whatever, but
Little Nicky.
Yeah, he was always like, bring out the good, the flowers pop up and it's like, no. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm jealous, dude. You don't get stuck in traffic every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
sometimes if I want to go grab lunch or something like that,
you don't have to wait in line for the bathroom. I mean, if someone didn't remake the coffee, it's your fault.
That's true.
there's a lot of like pros to not going to the office, man. I'm just
and again, I'm not complaining. That's what's kind of interesting about it. It's like I'm on this crazy little art, like you said, snowed in camping trip in my house. So it's just
you appreciate how good it is, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You're kind of still in your own COVID lockdown.
That's what was happening, and then working on the game art and stuff. I was in COVID form before it even hit. So yeah,
for sure. And then now it's like it's a Tuesday.
I did watch this series called Sprung on Amazon, and it's a comedy about convicts that got released due to COVID and them trying to like make a new life for themselves out in the real world.
That had to be tough, man.
It was funny. The show was funny. Yeah. It was good.
I mean, already you're at odds, and you're going against the grain already because they're like, all right, so, have you this, have you that, or, when was your last job? Oh, well, whatever, you know.
It was
Can I call your employer? Well, you'd have to call them collect,
like the main character got arrested in 1994 for dealing marijuana, for selling drugs, you know. But while he was in prison, so they had to give him like the maximum sentence back then. So that was like, 30 years or something, or
That's
20 years.
Crazy. That's crazy.
20. So he got a teaching degree in prison. So when he comes out, he's trying to get a job with it, and they're like, can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Oh,
just like, why are we getting let out? I don't know. It's a real head scratcher. But we weren't told to let you go, so we're doing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where are we supposed to go? What's going on? There's a virus killing everybody. Good luck.
Yeah, and then turn around and everybody's being told to stay home, work from home. The restaurants are closed. Anything that they would do, that's a tough gig, because any entry level job that you would have been going to try to get was probably shut down. That made it even harder. That's tough. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I was just like, I checked it out and I was like, oh dang, this is that timeline in their storyline. I was like, this is going to be interesting, and then it turned out to be pretty funny.
Yeah,
pretty funny show.
But then again, they get to wear a mask and walk into a bank again. That never did make sense to me. My mom still works in the bank, and she's like, well, we got to wear masks, and people in the lobby. I'm like, people in the lobby, shut that thing down. There's a drive-through. There's 2 lanes. Like, make them go through the drive-through until you figure out whatever it is that might have been or what was going on. Get some distance. I would have ran them through the drive-through, until you really understood what was going on, because you had, to me, close the drive-through down and we'll just have, a single, you'll file in single, one person at a time can come into the bank. It's like, both of you can come in, but you're going through the drive-through and funnel it that way. I don't know. I think differently, I guess.
One of the characters got one of the masks. She's like, I dug it out of a dumpster. These things are hard to find. And the next scene, you see her. She's burnt a hole in the mask so she can smoke a cigarette through it.
and man, honestly,
and the person she's talking to has a party hat on her.
That's terrible. But the stuff they were making masks out of, like, I don't know. It just, the best part about it to me was, hey, all right, so you're wearing a mask. And that's supposed to protect you. And then you fart and they go, oh man, gosh, that's terrible. And it's like, well, you do know that if you can smell that, then the virus can get through,
Ugh, that smell.
The COVID test. That's what that was. You were testing him for COVID. As long as he can still smell, man, he's fine. It'll be okay. So do you think it's coming back?
I don't know. Again, like, I'm just in my hole doing my drawings.
Yeah. Keep it away. Actually, that's what I should do. I do automation at work. I should make one of those bank tubes for the UPS and the mailman, show up and it just be like, ba-dunk. There's your mail. All right, cool. Yeah. And then they ring the doorbell and send it back.
So they had have you seen people in these giant plastic orb balls You know,
I
like
think
them
so.
bouncing
Yeah,
all
yeah,
around.
yeah.
In the show, like the guy's grandparents are in the nursing home while all that's going on, and he ends up sending a whole bunch of those over, you know, to the nursing home so people could see their families and stuff. They just put all these old people in big giant sphere balls like hamsters out in the front.
It was crazy, dude. Because then turn around and so here's what I'm worried about. Something will come along that might actually be that bad. That like an
I mean,
actual like
people
it.
died from this, so it you know it did something.
Yeah, but the numbers are skewed, so I'm not buying all of it. And
Yeah, that's what Cuomo
but
got fired for, right?
but
I don't know. Maybe allegedly. I don't know.
I'm just
Listen
saying,
to me.
like
This is why
you
I
let.
don't like talking about stuff like this. Usually when I'm doing the drawing.
I get that. Well, you just draw.
Give you the
But
soapbox. Gotcha.
but honest though, I mean, at least though, with that, even though I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it very well could have been. The severity was a lot less.
I mean,
But
remember Ebola when that was
dude,
running around? You
that
know,
starts dropping bodies.
we
You
were,
know,
yeah,
that's
that was a
different.
big scare.
Oh, that is way different.
Mhm.
I mean, you're stepping over people in the streets. You know,
Yeah,
um,
that was
then okay,
freaky.
it's time to break out the plastic bubbles, and that's how we're walking around. I
Yeah,
get it. I
hamster
get it.
balling it. Yeah.
I get it. So where I was going with that is look at some of the stuff that we got to play around with and test and kind of figure out what works, what doesn't from that perspective, so that if it really were bad, the like you throwing out, well, I'm going to go into the supermarket with a gas mask. I mean, man, it was going there,
Yeah. Yeah.
it really was. I mean, gosh. Next thing you know, everybody was going to have like the little emergency packs, little plastic bags on their head with oxygen. Should have been walking around with one of them them yellow ones with the little bag that may or may not inflate, but make sure you put yours on before you check anybody else's. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah. It may not look like it, but oxygen is
Yeah.
flowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just walking around with a tube hanging, Anyway, so
another guy, they're trying to take him to the hospital, him and his friends. So they like tape up and plastic up the back of an old Pacer car and stick him in the trunk back there. It's like they say you loss of smell is one of the first signs of it. So one of his friends farts in it and closes it on him, and he's like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "There's hope."
Hey, so you're okay then?
Yeah, there's hope.
What was it? Dad said that for whatever reason, whatever he got a hold of, it made him crave root beer.
He's always liked root beer,
but like an abnormal amount, like
yeah.
And a buddy of mine said something not somewhat similar, that basically when he lost his taste and smell for whatever reason, he would do like a Coke or whatever because of the CO2 that was in it, just to get some sort of sensation. That'd be kind of weird. For sure. But I'm glad to know that you've got all of your protocols and your lockdown procedures figured out at the house. I just hope that you're not 70 years old and
that virus. No,
still
it's not
locked
like
up in the
that.
house. And it's like, come on, man, you need to come out. Uh-uh.
Nah, one of the things that, if each page of Beckon is taking me 100 hours on
Yeah.
average
Yeah.
to do, I mean, obviously it's just, so working on the fan art piece, I explored with different techniques to try to see what some people have been suggesting and try some stuff out. I think working in my style as much as I have a nice way for the next book or some other things to come out where I retain all of that style, but try to figure out different ways to get this crosshatch. And here's the other thing: it's I don't know. Is it faster? Yeah, because you can make the shade quicker, like lightning quicker. Here'd be what I would do here for this if I was to do it hard. Do that, bring out my soft brush at 30, and then kiss it along the side, just like it, done. And move along.
Right.
But the crosshatch, I can almost feel the texture of it. Like you can see in the cape over here, there's just there's a tangibility to it.
Yeah.
But I don't get that with smooth shades. It's just more graphic design. It's just coming at the problem from that direction.
Yeah, but you're going further with what a fabric would look like versus
it's easier to insinuate that. Yeah, with crosshatch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the speed difference though. It's a little insane.
It is, but like I said, there's a piece of it where that's been the method that you've been using. So if that's the case, then you either run with it or switch to the other to finish out, and then you had to go back and take away all of this cross hatching that you've done to switch gears and do a different style, which
there's the other advent of going like into this and hitting these areas, which we call occlusion areas, and we can just go right in there with light, and I could shade here, shade slight things in crosshatch and still get it there. Ooh, there's a shade I'm missing here. It's not good. I didn't notice that. I've already posted it. Dang. Oh well. We'll see.
Yeah, like they're gonna. That's just gonna kick you out of the competition. Wouldn't have ever noticed it. It'd be one of those.
I just did. I've been staring at it for hours, and I just saw that.
Right.
So that's the other thing that takes me a little time. Like I like to take a little time while I'm working on the pages. Is I sit with them when they're getting close to being finished. I have it up on my screen, up on my television screen.
Right.
It's up on my phone. Everywhere in the house, or if I'm outside or something, or just kind of hanging out and doing a chore, it's there staring me in the face. I can pick out things like that when I've stepped away from it and then look back, kind of like what just happened there was I saw it. So
started letting your eyes move more around the canvas a bit.
Yeah. You just notice things you don't being so close for so long. So yeah. There's even the trick that me and Joe push doing this a lot more to check everything since we don't have mirrors, but you flip it like that to find odd things like proportions that are off or not making sense. And so
because to you you were looking at it the other way for so long Yeah.
right? So if you look at it in here, yeah, like I've checked everything, so everything's pretty good already. But getting a head tilt on a slant like that without getting it warped is a little difficult for to get right the first time. So you gotta check like that. What's up, good stuff? Good to see you, man. Yeah. What's up? Heck yeah, that's my Lucent fan art piece. Good stuff. So woohoo! Yeah, just kind of talking about certain things.
No fart faces or nothing in that. It's yeah, it's impressive.
No, but a dude grabbing pipe.
Lots of pipe.
Lots of pipe. But yeah.
Oh man. But you said
so
Fitz healing and doing better.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good.
Anything in the gaming news we need to be looking at? Be mindful of?
No.
Not that I'm always up to speed on that, but
not really. I mean, companies do company things.
Right.
Stories of I'm not going to name the company here, but a company was in a legal battle with a developer over source code that they claimed that he stole. And it's turned out they've settled that. And I believe the developer is now being forced to help that developer to finish what they're doing. Like,
oh wow,
their claims were, found to be
they were
false.
valid. Wow.
Well, he was valid. He is, like the company is now forced to help him because they, lost that argument, I guess.
Wow.
So, woohoo! Win one for the worker guy.
Oh, there's still posts on here for Metal Gear Solid. Wow.
Oh yeah, that just had a remake on the Switch, and people are a little disappointed, I think, in the Switch version of it because of the frame rate and resolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's the first three. Like, I think even you get the Nintendo ones too, like the first one on those consoles, then Metal Gear Solid 2, and I think Solid 3. But
yes, Metal Gear Solid for sure.
There's,
first impressions of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
I don't know.
Where's that going to take place?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Maybe in a different country. Don't know.
I don't know.
Black Friday bundle. Blah, blah,
in
blah.
space.
There you go. Unz. Yeah.
Apparently, I think Congress had a skiff conversation with people about the UFO stuff, and we're told that, that they're not kind of allowed to learn about any of this and stuff, kind of getting blue balled at it. And then one of those guys that said, it appears that someone has found or has discovered this technology and is going crazy with it. Or is starting to show some of the capabilities of it off. And is it ours? And people are speculating as to what all of that was said. So my buddy's all into it, so he's sending me everything all the time. He's like, look what they said here.
Boy, that what are we we got going on? Man, I'm trying to read stuff and I keep getting pop-ups. That's just
It's okay, Dwight.
it's just terrible.
We all try to read sometimes.
I'm not good at it. But this whole pop-up blocker stuff, you know, is getting very old. You know, if I've got blockers set, I've got them set for a reason because you're bugging the crap out of me. And so I've got them turned on.
And then they say you can't view it because you got ad blockers.
Then guess what? Then take my then you don't even get credit for me visiting your website. I'll go somewhere else.
Use a VPN.
That's
I'm just joking.
The blockers, man. Blue blockers? I guess.
I was gonna do an ad read off for NordVPN.
You might see if they'll sponsor you. Could be good.
Gee, Dwight, are you not able to view certain content in that area of your country?
No.
Whatever are we going to do?
What should I do? I can't even figure out I'm going to get through life with a 9-to-5 job. What am I going to do now that I have to have a pop-up blocker?
You have a plate of hot dogs and you're walking. It falls. Those infomercial accidents.
I can't just eat ramen to work a 9-to-5 job every day, and I come home and I just take a shower and go straight to bed. Ramen noodles are great. Metal Gear Solid 3 remake first in engine footage looks stunning. No, it doesn't.
I think Metal Gear Solid's one of the best games from back in that day, man.
Sure, leave it alone. You know, there was no reason to.
Oh, dude! If you tried to play it recently, it's choppy. It's blocky. It's choppy. Whew, I'm glad they kind of gave it a fresh face. But that's all they did. I don't think they did a remake.
I played.
Upgraded it.
What's the one I played? I think that's it. It was on PS3. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Now
PS1 is what I was talking about.
Try to play the original, and it's how in the world did I even understand what this stuff was?
Yeah.
There was where was it? It pulled up, and I was playing an old school, like Nintendo version of Metal Gear, and I was like, wow. I didn't remember it looked like
the old Nintendo one.
Old one.
Yeah, the top-down Nintendo. Yes. There was Metal Gear, and then Metal Gear 2.
Yeah.
And then they did Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. And
that one was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I've played that one a few times. I ended up medaling out on that one and like just completing everything. I think there was you had to play through full, like 5 or 6 full playthroughs to get all of the
endings,
the trophies and everything to trophy out on it. Mm-hmm. One of them you had to play for so long, and then the other one like had to be what was it, like boss snake or whatever, man. Like you had no alerts, no nothing, no kills, no alerts. You couldn't do nothing, and you had to sneak through the whole thing. It was pretty weird.
Phantom Pain, Metal Gear 5 I played recently.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good. It's gnarly. Yeah, it's.
Well, what was the one that the one before Metal Gear? there was one before that where he was on the oil rig, and it was like 90% of the game was all movies. Like you could, like if you skipped through everything, you could beat the game in like an hour. It was super
Probably the
short.
one I was talking about. Spray Phantom Paint. Yeah.
Yeah, super short. But it was cool.
The
But
mechanics, yeah, like
yeah,
the
but it
different
was
ways to
all
do certain things
movies.
was neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it
All
was
cutscenes.
super intense from that perspective. I don't know. I'll have to browse around a little bit later and see.
Did you ever play Diablo 2?
Never.
The resurrected version on that. It's pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. I have a job now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
It kind of makes that difficult, you know.
I was just saying. Back then you didn't.
No.
Diablo was a game.
Yeah, I never. So what was it like? 06, 07. I had some buddies at work that they were like really big into WoW. There was like 5 or 6 guys at work that like they would leave work, go home, hop on. They were on till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then 7 o'clock the next morning, like they're in the office and here we go. And
what's up, Creators Outlet?
And I just couldn't quite understand it, but I actually kind of had a fear of missing out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
ramen noodles are good. Yeah, everybody loves ramen.
And so I was asking them like, hey, you know, what are you all talking about? And you know, what do I need to hop on and play that with you guys? And you're like, if you don't know what we're talking about, then don't. And
yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? They're like, if you've never played, I wish I never had.
Right.
You know? They're like, because you get in and it's addicting and it's your life is gone. And I was like, oh, that sounds.
That's a game I never jumped into because that's what it did to you. And I had friends that played it and saw what it did. I was like, oh my God. But no. And then the Final Fantasy 14, and I was like, oh my God. So I did all the applications, would clean the house, do everything, and then sit down and just play that for a while. What else are you going to do? You know, without a job. So, and so I did. I maxed out a character, basically felt like a loser for, a long time, and then I got a job.
Well, I mean, you get a job and then you buy a character, you know, save. Well, you save part of your life, right?
No, that was basically the end of the game when I got a job. I was like, yes, finally.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I was living in a community. I couldn't do anything outside really, unless I don't know.
I mean, I would have to say, like I said, I got on that kick with a few games wanting to try to platinum out on the goals and stuff, and you know, Metal Gear was some of that. I got sucked in there for a little bit playing Metal Gear, like probably too long. So, Creators Outlet says, so now you're not a loser anymore, finally. That's great. You've graduated.
It was a fun game, fun kind of experience, disappear and stuff like that. But
man, there's a piece of it where, you know, or we talked. I mean, I dig the Batman games. I don't know why. He's got cool tools and gadgets, you know, all those toys. And I mean, that one's always been good. And the artwork's been good. The mechanics work well. Anyway, I mean, I can get sucked into that and every now and then.
Yeah.
It's just not as often anymore. They've got to have a good John Wick one. You would, don't they?
They have a John Wick Hex. It's a puzzle game. You might be interested in checking it out.
Yeah.
John Wick Hex. They take IPs, like they've done it with Lara Croft, a few other IPs. I guess they're trying to be like the Angry Birds because it's a puzzle game.
Okay.
But you can basically paint it up differently every time, and I do believe the mechanics are different too. But
Angry Birds got old after about 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's not. I'm meaning like the size of the game, the marketability of it too, like to be able to like Legos of it. Yeah, the Legos of video game, like Minecraft. That's you can paint that up with everything.
Are we going to be in a good spot here in a minute because of all the layoffs and the AI that is taking over and the content's going to suck?
We might. That's why we keep trucking.
Just
keep drawing. Just keep drawing.
I mean,
I don't know. We got something in the pocket that could look really cool.
Oh yeah.
I just got to get this comic done, delivered.
It's gonna happen.
When you wish upon a star.
I mean, I was gonna just put a 2025 date on it, but that's okay.
Has Noah gotten married yet?
You'll get the book done when Noah's divorced and has 2 kids.
Yeah. Paying on that alimony.
Mm-hmm. No, we can
let's go.
We can work on a few things, circle back up for sure. I do need to revisit a few things and look at there's still some menu stuff I need to kind of button up and work through, clean up for sure.
I have a couple directorial things we could talk about that off
sure.
Yeah, it's
there's some spots that definitely need some attention to clean up.
What's up, Crazy Man?
A bunch of other stuff looks a little boring on the game news. It's looking stale over there.
Good to see you, Crazy. Yeah, man, games are starting to get stale unless you're the big guys. And again, they pay to throw it in your face.
Yeah.
They have the budget to throw it in your face all the time. So
yeah, I mean, it just you can't. The last thing we need is another.
Okay. Here. Okay. Oh, is my sound bad? Here's one for you. There's a game company or a publishing company called Daedalic. DEA. Anyway, DIA. I don't know. Daedalic, and they make a lot of point and click games.
Okay.
Sorry, let me adjust my. Click games are pretty good.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
I know. What's going on here?
It sounds like the mouse is farting in the mic.
Think I got it.
All right.
But they a couple of their games are really, really cool. Their artwork for them are amazing as far as 2D art. And then this one game they did called Silence, which is a second one to the Whispered World. They did some cool 3D, with 2D mix of graphics, which was wicked sweet to see. They published the new Golem game that came out.
Didn't that flop?
Really
bad.
And because of that, they're done. They're just they're staying in their publishing lane instead
Oh
of
yeah.
yeah, that was a bad
I mean, it's a great idea. I think for that people would want to. I think you would want to play that. But it sounds like their delivery and execution was horrible.
yeah, their other games are so charming. The characters are good. They're voice acted, and like I said, the art on them is just amazing. So, it's the Whispered World, and then the Whispered World 2, or Silence, is what it's called. Those are just some really charming, point and click games. If you're into it, beautiful art, really neat ideas on their execution of a lot of that stuff. But yeah. So, woohoo, losing fan art, yeah. Heck yeah.
You should have also drew in your rendition of Bancroft in there.
You want to know, Jump?
That would have been slick.
Hold on. I sent him cropped versions of it as it was getting made. I didn't do every character. I didn't show him everything.
Yeah.
But I said I subliminally accidentally made a few of the foreheads too large. And I had to go. I said fixing them now. But I remember having to adjust his forehead.
Yeah. I was just inspired,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, the Embrace piece. Oh yeah, that's right. The Embrace fan art. Heck yeah. That was Michael Oden's The Embrace.
Yeah.
The Embrace 2. That's right. That's right. You asked about that for a while ago.
That a piece he asked you for, or
yeah, Crazy Mad suggested, and it's it's a good go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was a spur of the moment, one of those things. It was there, and then someone kind of pushed and said, "Hey, it'd be good for you to give in the community a bit." I was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to do it anyway."
Strike it while it's hot.
Yeah, no, it's I wanted to do one for the Lucent anyway.
Right.
But then on his website he's got all these characters for it. I was like, oh dang. So I went and read the book 4 times.
Right.
I had it sitting right here. Oh, by the way, I got new books in. Mortal Rising. Came in. Jose Garcia is the artist on this one too.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. Guys, it comes with some cards in the package too. So wicked. Sweet. He's over there. We've been on over his channel, Chris Fisk and me, a few times. But yeah. I don't ask. I just suggested because Jeremy's a bit thanks, Crazy Man. Appreciate it. Yeah,
he's buttering you up for that.
Nah, it's a really cool character, and the concept for it is too cool. Like his son dies in an accident, and then there's a ghost that kind of becomes his superhero armor by hugging him.
Okay.
So it's
interesting.
The embrace. Yeah. So
I don't know if that was me or you, but it all slowed down and chugged, so it might be me.
Slow down.
Rock and roll. Well, I mean, the internet, it's overloaded. It's overrated anyway.
Yeah. So no, after getting that piece into this, getting them done in a week situation. So that like I said, that took 6 days. I was already working on this one last week, and then finished up that character's rendering and stuff. Started getting on this one, and then it was like suggested a couple times. I was like, oh yeah, well if I was gonna do anything, it'd be now.
Right.
So go ahead, take a break from Beckham for a second. I was like, now I gotta go. So I kept to my schedule of.
Did you really?
Yeah, I kept to my 15-hour-a-day schedule at it, so I can't lose that rhythm.
Did you really do the Austin Powers? No.
The growl, did I do a tiger growl? Did I do that? Groovy, baby, yeah. What's up, J. Ryan? How you doing?
Oh,
heck yeah.
Craziness.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, I guess the internet cleaned up. I'm still here, which is good.
Yeah.
I had to restart my Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes you got to do that. I just hit the button and it restarts. All right. So, man, pages are looking good. Fan art's looking good.
Back since I got a few of you guys here, I was saying this earlier, but there's no crosshatch in this. So that was one of the big things that I was trying. I was trying to do the lasso tool that Corey Barton and Noah and a lot of people suggested using to do some shading. So I did that, and then of course my big chunky shapes here, that's something I don't usually do, but I went for it. I call them my Lizzo shapes, but we'll keep moving. But yeah, it was fun to do something different, and I'm new to this kind of a style. Me and Joe going over it. I need to use thicker lines and start to get those. It'd be a little bit bolder with my line and the stroke, the strokes of those effects and stuff. But yeah, a lot of lessons learned on this one. It was fun. So yeehaw. Oh, I really hope some of that banding is not. We'll have to check that. Anyway. But yeah, that's what was going on. What's going on? I need to buy some books, some work boots. Any suggestions? Yeah. They're good. They're good boots.
No way. I won't do Red Wings anymore.
You won't?
Never again.
I wear the 511 boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
I beat that. Yep.
They are amazingly comfortable.
Yeah.
And I've played basketball in them. So
Sure.
You want a high top sneaker? I've got a 511.
I could see that.
You won't twist your ankles, I'll tell you that.
But no, man, I had a pair that I bought, and the heels came out of them in about 3 months.
Ooh.
And I took them back, and they were like, well, they're the wrong size. And I said, okay, can I get them repaired? And they wouldn't touch them. They said I had to buy a brand new pair of boot. Right? Warranty my ass. And so
that's $200, $250 for the pair.
It was a $300 pair of boots, and they wouldn't touch it. They wouldn't give me a credit. They wouldn't nothing. And guess who sizes the boots? They do. When you get them, they size them. And so I'm done. Y'all do whatever you want. For me, I'm out. Not touching it. Then I go into Cavender's and find a Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
Same boot, same everything, for like $120. And it was the exact same boot, same Vibram sole, everything.
Yeah. I used to have leather harness boots that, dude, I loved those things. Living out there in Kentucky, it was an awesome boot. And then I lost them.
Right?
Yeah. Haven't gotten the good. It had square toes on it, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" That.
Yeah.
Ever since that, I was just a boot guy, real redneck.
Yeah. No, work boots. I mean, something comfortable, and don't pay $300. I mean, you're probably still going to have to pay 150, 175.
Yeah.
Not sure what area you're in, but I don't know. I won't do 300 anymore. I'm just that there's no way. Not with the way that went.
Yeah.
To me, it at least give me a credit toward something, or you know what? It's been 3 months. They're brand new. Take care of it. But the insides came out, and they said they couldn't repair them. They had to just totally destroy them and buy a new pair. And I was like, that's not even right.
Yeah.
I'm with Jay. Go check out 511.
That's what I use.
Yeah. Always wore baits in the military. Those worked out well. 511's a style of that. You got the ones that got the zip up on the side.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the ones that had the little pocket on the side too, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Done that way anymore.
But those are steel toe though, or no?
No, not these.
Yeah. So for work boots, they're probably going to need to be steel toe.
Oh yeah.
That makes it a little different.
But no, they're still Velcro. Sure. Yay! No,
and you still can't tie them.
Right.
I would imagine they'd have some steel toe in there though. I would. I had a really nice pair that I loved, and I don't remember. I think they were a Bates boot, but man, they had a nice like bullet top over the front of the steel toe, and like really easy to polish, so you could make those boots look like bowling balls. They were awesome, and then they got stolen. It was terrible.
Oh, it's 9:02. Well, pretty sure there's a Bancroft streaming. There's other things happening. Thank you guys for showing up. And again, we're still moving quick. Still on the same schedule, so still expect like a page a week happening. Of course, we didn't get one done this week because we wanted us, to send Bancroft a nice little fun piece here. So
the Lucent Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I could put some static on it and it'd be the days of our lives.
Nearly.
All right. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for showing up. Dwight, do you have anything to say? We will see you guys in all those places, and we love you. Be safe out there. Bye.
Out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing our videos like we always do, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. All right, later, guys.